argument?
No.
Not ever. Not once.
But we're going to have one today.
But we're going to have one today.
Yeah.
Peace and love to the family and nations.
Hey.
I love y'all. I'm out. Stay safe and dangerous.
Haru Ali in the building. Long time no hear. I hope the brother gets well. Listen, we need the ladies to come in and share on this topic. We must have the feminine counterbalance to all of this masculine machismo. If you're not healed, you can't be the God of your relationship, which means you're not worthy of submission. Is that a lie? Like, if you're not on the healing process, brothers be trying to lead by default of their gender and or their wallet. And I'm saying, you make a poor leader when your wounds are unattended, brothers. Okay. Let's get some ladies in here. Let's hear their perspective. Atala from Houston, Texas is on the line. Atala, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Uncle Zoe, hi.
What up, what up, what up?
Man, sitting here listening, holding my tongue. Listen, I ain't trying to disrespect nobody. Haru, I respect you a great deal. So what I'm about to say, please do not take it to heart, all right? But considering I wrote a lot of these questions, let me dissect this. So there's a reason why I wrote the question about sexual access being controlled externally. What I'm essentially getting at is that exchange rate. When you make your assets transactional, that is the result of your interaction. It is transactional. If your provision and protection is transactional, then understand that not tonight is also transactional.
Not tonight is transactional. Lord have mercy. Keep going.
Yeah, and I'm not advocating for that. What I am saying is that this old system that we are using to define one another is not working for us. I think we forget, especially as Black folks, that we were both under that whip, not just you. So your question about the boss and all of that, do you not listen to your boss? Now, granted, if you work for yourself, you obviously don't count. I'm not talking about you. So for those of you who have a boss, do you not obey their commands? Because you need a check, right?
Right.
Is that not the capitalist system that we're under?
Right. And what if the boss is the same gender? Right?
Right.
So
I mean, I'm just
if you're
saying,
a woman,
like,
right?
come
If
on.
you're a woman and your boss is a woman, does that? Yeah. I mean, he pointed that out. Like, they only listen to their boss, or is he saying the dollar is what dictates how well they treat others? I think that's what he's saying. Maybe. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
I think we listen to scarcity and we listen to need.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Former President Obama says Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are the leaders America needs right now. Speaking at the Democratic National Convention Tuesday night, he went after Donald Trump, saying re-electing him would be dangerous. Obama said Harris will get up every morning and fight for the American people. Donald Trump says that he would consider Robert F. Kennedy Jr. for a role in his administration. Tuesday night, the former president spoke with reporters following a campaign event in Michigan where he said he likes and respects RFK and would probably consider him for a job with the administration if Trump wins. The FAA is ordering the inspections of hundreds of Boeing 787 Dreamliners after a flight last March took a sudden dive that injured at least 50 people. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Let Express Employment Professionals help you hire for contract or full-time jobs. Forget about posting jobs, sifting through resumes, and interviews with unqualified applicants. Go to expresspros.com to find the location near you. That's expresspros.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Jason Hayward hit a 3-run pinch hit homer in the 8th inning Tuesday night to spark the Dodgers to a comfort-behind win over Seattle. Hayward came off the bench to hit a grand slam at Colorado on June 19th. 18th. The Angels snapped a 3-game losing streak with a win at Kansas City. The Angels are tied with Oakland for last place in the AL West. The LA Sparks losing streak is now at 5 after Tuesday's loss at Connecticut. At 6-22, the Sparks are tied with the Washington Mystics for the worst record in the WNBA. Atlanta Falcons owner Arthur Blank is giving a $1.5 million grant to 4 HBCU schools to help them upgrade their football fields for games and practices. Clark Atlanta University, Albany State, Savannah State, and Miles College each will receive $1.5 million from Blank's foundation. The grants are part of the NFL's new HBCU field refurbishment program. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
I need your dollar, that's what I need.
KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates small businesses, the enduring lifeblood of our community, with the launch of the KBLA SMB Marketplace. For the first time, small to medium-sized businesses will have an opportunity to promote their goods and services on KBLA and take advantage of our powerful reach and local marketing power. The SMB Marketplace is hosted exclusively on KBLA1580.com and is accessible from all our social media channels. Whether you're a small mom-and-pop restaurant, a car dealership, or a professional practitioner, we invite you to join in this new KBLA Talk 1580 initiative to promote your business. As a Black-owned small business, you don't want to miss this unique opportunity to gain new customers on KBLA Talk 1580. For more information, contact us today at smb@kbla1580.com. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
And if I share with you my story, would you share your dollar with me? Time to get paid.
Tavis is like George and Wheezy. He's moving on up. Last year, Tavis was number 45 on the Talkers Magazine list of the 100 most important radio talk show hosts in America. Wait for it. Wait for it. The 2024 list was recently released, and Tavis has jumped to number 33 on the list of the nation's most important talkers, making him the highest-ranked African-American on the coveted roster. Congratulations to Tavis Smiley from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580. We've got you black.
First things first.
First things first, it's the DU General, Money B. I'ma put you up on the schedule, 6 to 9, 8 weekdays, not to unsettle you. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about, so much to pedal through. Unapologetically progressive. Tune to KBLA 1580 to get the mess. We're your ancestors' favorite radio station. First black on talk radio, left side of the nation. Me and Dominique DiPrima go way back. Tag Smiley making sure the station stays black. Discussing all the issues in our community. We're hosted black and brown and others find unity. So let's talk about it. Maybe we can improve it. Digital underground, always down with the movement. So we tune in to First Things First with the Queen of Black Talk Radio, Dominique DiPrima. Go sis.
First things first.
Good morning and God bless. I'm Dominique DiPrima. This show is called First Things First. And my first thing today and every day, giving thanks, giving praises, asking for blessings from God, asking for the blessings of the ancestors and the elders, and getting it started. And I am once again live from the DNC, the Democratic National Convention. I'm back with the California delegation here for their breakfast shindig, and there are lawmakers coming in, walking past. But can we talk about last night? So much to unpack. Of course, I was inside the United Center, and it was packed. I mean, it started out packed on Monday. It was even more packed last night. Well, is that a surprise? No, it's not. The second gentleman, I call him the second gentleman, maybe soon to be the first gentleman, spoke. But of course, the electricity was in the air for Barack and Michelle Obama. And every seat in that place was filled. It was so, so loud, so much excitement. And it's interesting to me because there's, logistics. I've mentioned it before. The logistical challenges for this are massive, meaning that, it's hard to get from point A to point B. Things are spread out. You have the United Center in one spot, and then you have the main hotel, the Hyatt, the McCormick Place, and the Marriott there, McCormick Place Center, which is the conference area where all of these caucuses are meeting, where the Demapalooza is taking place, which of course is quite, full of activity. But then you got to get a shuttle and everything is, or you got to try to get an Uber or a Lyft, or a regular cab, which you're walking for blocks and blocks and blocks and miles, because everything is because of the security perimeter. So that is really, an issue for folks when we have to get from point A to point B. And yet those people that are in the, going to the center find a way there, and they find their way to their seats. And these are delegates, of course, from all the different states. There's, and they're dressed in their festive attire. There's one state that has an entire, everyone in the state, all the delegates have cowboy hats that light up. Of course, the Wisconsin delegates have the cheese head hats, kind of like what you see at football games. And on it goes. Good morning as the lawmakers filter in. They're waving and saying hello because this is California. So there's excitement filling the air. And I would love, to share that excitement with you. And of course, I'm here where the lawmakers are coming in for breakfast. Congresswoman Barbara Lee just walking by there, and hopefully she'll circle black that too. Everybody, Congresswoman Lee, yeah, she looks like she's headed for breakfast. Everybody wants to get, some food, because folks, after the speeches, after the conversations, go out, and what they do is they party. Oh my goodness. Look who just sit down with me. Oh, happy day. Look, she is probably one of the most powerful women in the country, certainly in the West Coast. She is a longtime labor organizer, leader, and she is the head of the LA County Federation of Labor, which is a huge, conglomeration of many different unions. Yvonne Wheeler, good morning.
Good morning, Dominique. How are you this morning?
I'm blessed and highly favored. And look who's here with your pearls and your pink, looking very, looking very ready.
I am so ready. I am fired up and ready to go and do everything I can to get Kamala Harris across the finish line.
How are you feeling the spirit here in this convention? How is it hitting you?
The enthusiasm is as high as it was in 2008. I compare it to that. I think it's 2.2. Everybody's just excited. There's a lot of excitement in the air. And as Michelle Obama said, hope is back. We feel very hopeful.
About Michelle Obama's speech, hope is making a comeback. Tell me what you thought of that.
That was the most impactful speech I've ever heard. And she's not talking about when they go low, we go high. She said, let's just go. She said, do something. Don't talk about it, just do something. She said, get out and vote. do something to help Kamala Harris get elected.
Yeah. And I think her husband was right that it was a little tough to follow her.
That was a tough act to follow. He said, I must be stupid. Y'all must follow Michelle Obama. That speech was amazing. And she hit every point. She energized the group and she gave us a mission. We got the memo and we're going to follow it.
I love when she said, look, don't be tripping because nobody personally contacted you to go out and do something. She said, this is me, Michelle Obama, asking you right now.
She said, I'm telling you.
She did say that.
I'm not asking, I'm telling you what to do. And so we know what we need to do. We can't take this for granted. Democracy is on the line. Our futures is on the line. Our futures for our grandkids are on the line. Everything we've worked for, everything our ancestors have fought for is on the line.
And of course, you're the head of one of our premier labor organizations as a Black woman. Congratulations. That's a first in itself, right?
It's historic. I am the first in the 147 years of the Los Angeles County Federation of Labor, first Black woman, first African-American woman.
And
with a badge of honor.
And we're so proud of you. I mean, one of the themes at the DNC this week is Black Women Lead, and you're showing.
Yep, absolutely. But not only do I show, I lead by example. I will not ask anyone to do anything I'm not willing to do. And I think that's the difference in true leadership. And I know that because you can't lead people if you don't love people and you're not willing to be there for people when you're trying to lead them. Yeah.
So did you ever think starting out in the labor movement? I mean, you have definitely, and that way you remind me of VP Harris. When they say we're not qualified, you have worked your way up through probably just about every level in the labor movement. Did you ever see yourself at the top of this organization?
No, not at all. When someone approached me a couple of years ago and they say, you should be in that position. And I said, what? I never even thought about it. And then when Rusty Hicks went to the DNC, he approached me about it. And took a lot of convincing because I didn't think not only was I qualified to do it, would they accept me and embrace me in a predominantly Latino work environment. You know, the population in Los Angeles has shifted and it's majority Latino population, especially in the labor movement. Would they embrace me? And so initially when I ran, I was amazed at the response from some of the labor affiliates. And it was one union, and I ran against this guy who was Ron Herrera. And it was one labor union who made the decision of who would take up the leadership position. So I had seen what happened prior to when there was a young lady and a Latino guy and a Black woman running for that position years ago. And it fractured the labor movement. It divided it because both of them said the previous leader had told them on their deathbed that they wanted them to succeed him. And it divided the labor movement when Miguel Contreras became the leader of the Los Angeles County Federation of Labor, and a young African-American woman who was more than qualified, you know, she lost. And I saw the divisions in the labor movement. So I didn't want to see that happen with me. And I went to Ron. I said, no one person is bigger than the movement. I'm going to step down and I'm going to endorse you and I will support you. And I did it. And I even nominated him at our House of Labor meeting. And fast forward, God had a different purpose for my life. And so I think it was ordained.
Yeah, it seems like it, but certainly you're ready and you've done the work. I kind of have that feeling actually with VP Harris, and I hope I'm right. It almost seems like it's her destiny to be ready and be right now, right here in this moment.
I think everything is about timing. And I remember in 2020, it wasn't her time. And that's why she wasn't successful. She's ready. She's ready. And she's been the first at everything she's done. She was the first Black woman and Black and South Asian woman to be the district attorney in San Francisco, the first Black and South Asian woman to be the state attorney general, the first Black and South Asian woman to be the Vice President of the United States, and she will be the first Black and South Asian woman to be the President of the United States. So she's just shattering ceilings, glass ceilings all over the place. But she's opened doors, and that's the thing about it. Look who succeeded her, LaFonza Butler.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of firsts, you're a first. I mean, that's a lot of pressure. What does it mean to be a first? And, especially as a woman in leadership?
So, I've been asked that question so many times. What does it mean to be a first? There's a lot of pressure because their expectations, sometimes unrealistic expectations of you. And I try to exceed the expectations, but it's a lot of pressure being that. But I always say I will be the first, but I shouldn't be the last. So I always have mentored, especially African-American women, because no one else would do it. And so I was I helped Kelly Taj Griffin co-found the California Black Women's Collective because we knew we need a vehicle to not only uplift and amplify Black women's voices, but also be a mentor to them.
And you guys certainly had a lovely function on yesterday.
Oh, Lord, I'm so tired from it. We were coming down. I was talking to Cynthia, and I said, we can't do this anymore. We're older. We're seniors. We cannot. I mean, we can't be out at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Well, I'm tired too, thanks to you guys, but it was a lovely event, well attended, lots of electeds, and people having a good time.
And so, look, it's exciting time, not only in the country with Kamala, but some of the things we're doing in Los Angeles and just across the world. It's just an exciting time. And so we're all in for Kamala, and we're going to get her across that finish line.
You spoke of unity. How is the unity? How do you perceive it now? Certainly, we've been through our troubles in Los Angeles. Seems like we're emerging. I hope the election is helping. How do you foster unity? How are you feeling now?
So, look, when I inherited and everybody knew about the recordings, and I stayed away from interviews because I didn't want that to take away what we were attempting to do. But I realized I inherited a traumatized staff, fractured labor movement, a fractured community, and everybody was looking to me to lead and to fix it. And I was like, how do you fix this? And so I had to not only rely on my spiritual side, but also individuals that I trust. And we were able to bring the community together. The first thing that we did was we had a Martin Luther King breakfast. You were there. That first morning.
Thank you for bringing me there. I was the backstage voice.
Yes, you were the voice of God. And you still are, and with a little G. And
yes, please.
And so we were able to address it in a way because it was the elephant in the room. Everybody knew about it. And so we addressed it. I had International President Lee Saunders come out and he addressed it. And so we had to address it. We couldn't hide from it. And what I said was, no matter where you come from, no matter what you look like, and no matter who you love, there's a place for you in this labor movement. And that was just to say, we've changed. Don't identify us. And my message was, don't paint the entire labor movement based on what happened with those recordings. Secondly, we had a unity prayer breakfast where we brought in everyone who was, who they discussed in those recordings. And we had a prayer breakfast and have been able to build relationships and try to mend some of the relationships. Although I wasn't a part of it, I had to take responsibility for what happened in the organization that I now lead.
Well, when it's a crisis, we bring in a Black woman or a Black man. First, it was Barack Obama. Perhaps it'll be, hopefully, it'll be Vice President Kamala Harris. And of course, you follow the same pattern. Crisis, let's get Yvonne Wheeler to lead us out of this crisis. I know that takes time, but what are you most proud of right now in terms of your work inside the LA Fed?
Being able to bring us back together, essentially, you kind of mend the labor movement, bring us back together, being able to bring the confidence back and the respect and the dignity back to the labor movement. But, in that way, that was one of the things I wanted to do, to have people more confident in that we were trying to make some substantial changes. And I think we've accomplished that.
I know I got to let you go eat your breakfast, but one thing before you go, How do you see the role of the labor movement in this November 2024 election?
We're all in. So not only the 2.3 million workers in California will be working for Kamala, and we have some, priority races. We have CD 27. We got to take back the congressional district, CD 27 with George Whiteside. That's a priority for us. But also, we have 12.3 million workers across the United States ready and loaded and locked and loaded and ready to go for Kamala. We'll be knocking on doors. In LA, we will be taking buses up to Nevada and Arizona. We will be calling into those other states, the battleground states, but we're going to do our part.
So we shouldn't worry about what we saw at the Republican National Convention. You say labor's all in for Kamala.
Oh, we all in. Labor is all in. And I think you saw that last night. And we throughout this convention, they've talked about the role of labor. And we had Joe Biden was one of the most labor-friendly presidents we've ever seen. But then we got Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, who are both, labor-friendly and so champions for workers.
Yvonne Wheeler, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Have a lovely breakfast.
Thank you.
That was the leader of the LA County Federation of Labor, Yvonne Wheeler. And I'm telling you, everybody is in a festive mood. Everyone is feeling like, as Michelle Obama gave us our marching orders on last night, everybody's feeling like it is time to do something. We are broadcasting live from the DNC in Chicago, Illinois. I'm Dominique DiPrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelinos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out. Oh, Downy in the rinse straight. Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes 100% of odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Roll Charmin Ultra Strong when you drop in the beat. It cleans with way less effort on your seat. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Charmin flows extra strong from the road. Your butt hella clean while you're sitting on the bowl. Yeah, it's all you need for that bathroom groove. Get you in and out without nothing to prove.
Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Are you interested in catching up on all the latest entertainment news, trending topics, and exciting interviews? I got you. Tune in to The Raw Report with Robin Ayers, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. I'm your host, Robin Ayers. Join me every weekday with some of the best entertainment contributors in the business as we break down what's going on, who's got next, and what not to miss. Only on The Raw Report with Robin Ayers.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes.
Yeah. This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family. Together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DiPrima right now.
facts in there.
Okay.
Okay. But I'm good at that.
Democratic National Convention. We are at the California delegation breakfast, and I am so blessed to have with me right now the woman who holds the esteemed position of president and CEO of the Los Angeles Urban League. Her tenure marked by groundbreaking achievements. She's the organization's first female CEO, notably the first woman in more than 90 years to lead as president and CEO. And her leadership is crucial as they enter their second century, continuing their mission to serve LA's underserved communities. She has over 25 years experience in nonprofit management, government, philanthropy, community, and corporate engagement. Cynthia Mitchell-Heard, welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you? It's so great to see you this morning.
It's great to see you. And, you know, we were on this Black Women Lead. That's been one of the themes here at the DNC. You are doing just that at the LA Urban League. What do you hope to bring, or what are you bringing to the Urban League?
Well, you know, isn't that something? All of these women breaking the ceiling, breaking that glass ceiling. It's absolutely incredible. You know, what I hope to do here at the delegation and at this conference is to really just continue to empower women to get behind what is happening across our country, and really making certain that everyone gets out to vote. That's what's so important about being here, is making certain that everyone gets out the vote.
And that's amazing. I mean, that's one of the things the Urban League does, aside from, you know, getting people ready to work, getting people, you know, prepared to succeed. And I'm just so proud of you for taking helm. And I have to take a moment to thank you, because the Black Girl Network has been just so helpful to me in trying to cover this event. And you are right there at the front of the pack. Thank you so much for your support of KBLA Talk 1580 and me personally in covering this event.
Well, you know, you're welcome. It's so important for all of us women, especially African-American women, to reach back, to reach to the side, and make sure that we allow every single person that we know to stand on our shoulders or to lean down and hold a hand, because we're better together. Together, it's so important that we support each other.
I think that's absolutely true. I always say the sisterhood is real, but I see you modeling it. I see you and your friend group modeling it. We just happened to fly in on the same plane, and what a blessing that has been.
Well, you know, we've all known each other throughout this work. Most of us have been here in the trenches for over 30, 40 years. So we all know each other. We all respect each other. And we all know that we have to help one another get to, as they say, the promised land. It's so important that we all help each other.
Cynthia Mitchell-Heard, you know, I know you're in demand. You got to be everywhere, but can you stay with me through news, traffic, and sports? Because I really want to hear your reflections on where we are, Black America, Black LA, economically at this juncture.
Absolutely. I'd love to.
All right. We've got news, traffic, and sports, then more on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Former President Obama says Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are the leaders America needs right now. Speaking at the Democratic National Convention Tuesday night, he went after Donald Trump, saying re-electing him would be dangerous. Obama said Harris will get up every morning and fight for the American people. Donald Trump says that he would consider Robert F. Kennedy Jr. for a role in his administration. Tuesday night, the former president spoke with reporters following a campaign event in Michigan where he said he likes and respects RFK and would probably consider him for a job with the administration if Trump wins. The FAA is ordering the inspections of hundreds of Boeing 787 Dreamliners after a flight last March took a sudden dive that injured at least 50 people. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Let Express Employment Professionals help you hire for contract or full-time jobs. Forget about posting jobs, sifting through resumes, and interviews with unqualified applicants. Go to expresspros.com to find the location near you. That's expresspros.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Jason Hayward hit a 3-1 pinch hit homer in the 8th inning Tuesday night to spark the Dodgers to a comfort-behind win over Seattle. Hayward came off the bench to hit a grand slam at Colorado on June 19th. The Angels snapped a 3-game losing streak with a win at Kansas City. The Angels are tied with Oakland for last place in the AL West. The LA Sparks losing streak is now at 5 after Tuesday's loss at Connecticut. At 6-22, the Sparks are tied with the Washington Mystics for the worst record in the WNBA. Atlanta Falcons owner Arthur Blank is giving a $1.5 million grant to 4 HBCU schools to help them upgrade their football fields for games and practices. Clark Atlanta University, Albany State, Savannah State, and Miles College each will receive $1.5 million from Blank's foundation. The grants are part of the NFL's new HBCU field refurbishment program. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Getting connected has never been easier. Get free Wi-Fi at all LA County library locations, inside the library and outside in the parking lots. Visit your local library and get connected today.
Oh, man. Looks like Bobby needs a ride to the airport again.
Grab the keys. Who's taking Auntie and her friends to the swap meet? Grab the keys.
How about we drop these boxes off at Miss Johnson?
Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, you're all about getting things done. So do it all in a Chevy SUV. From the versatile Equinox and sporty Blazer to the roomy Traverse, our lineup of SUVs will carry you through every adventure. All you have to do is...
grab the keys.
That's how we do. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Malibu, Colorado, Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse limited models. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 15.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 7/1/24.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
And you're not just waking up with me, you're waking up with the entire DNC, the Democratic National Convention here in Chicago, Illinois. And I am so blessed to have Cynthia Mitchell-Heard, who is over the LA Urban League. First time we've had a Black woman leading in 90 years. That is a big deal. It fits the theme of what we're doing here in Chicago and what you're really doing, of course, which is getting out the vote. But Urban League is so strong on these issues. I have to ask you, how do you see the economic state of Black America?
Well, the racial income gap has virtually been unchanged for more than 20 years. But Black American income on the average has been 64% of white Americans. And you know what? We face significant economic disparities compared to white Americans, including, as I mentioned, lower medium income and, higher unemployment rates and lower home ownership rates. But yet, in spite of the challenges, Black Americans are doing well in cities like Baldwin Hills, California, San Jose, and overall Maryland, etc. But what's so important is the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. It is so very important that the Great Society programs in the 1960s help cut the poverty rate in half. In half, Dominique, in half.
And that's amazing because we always hear, oh, these things don't have an impact or whatever. Very interesting that it is the poverty programs that made a difference, but also that we're thriving where we are. So, like places like Baldwin Hills and Baltimore that you mentioned are places with high Black populations. You might think just the opposite, that we would be struggling more in those areas, but actually we're thriving.
Absolutely. You know, at the Los Angeles Urban League, it is so important that we demand democracy. We defend democracy, actually. We demand diversity and we defeat poverty.
I mean, it sounds like a timely agenda for what the conversation is right now in 2024, everywhere from the barbershop, to the TV pundits. So if you're talking about defending democracy and demanding diversity, it sounds like we have to really find a way to get out the vote.
That's key. We've heard that this entire week since we've been here. This is so important for us to make certain that we go to our communities and we make certain, no matter what it is we have to do, how we have to do it, we must inform people that their vote is extremely important at this day, this time, and where we are in this moment. For us to make a paradigm shift and to garner those efforts, we must get out the vote.
It's so important. And of course, talk to me a little bit. I know you got to go, but talk to me a little bit about the role of nonprofit organizations, which, nonpartisan organizations like the Urban League, the NAACP, and others in getting out the vote and getting people engaged, not telling them who to vote for, but getting them engaged in the process.
It's about letting everybody know that your voice matters. Getting to the communities, getting to our young youth that have turned 18, letting everybody know that how important advocacy is, how important the Los Angeles Urban League is about getting out the information. It's about advocacy. It's about empowerment. It's about strengthening communities and making sure everybody knows that not only does your voice matter, but you have a seat at this table. This is about the generations to come.
Absolutely. Why do you think this moment in history, this moment in time, we're seeing people like yourself taking the helm, at an organization that, while it's done lots of great work for women and girls, has never had a woman in a leadership position, where we're looking at maybe having a woman in the White House. We're looking at, women, Yvonne Wheeler here leading the LA County Fed. Why do you think at this moment, Black women in particular are stepping up? We've always stepped up, but now we're actually getting through some of those doors that have been closed to us.
If not now, when? It's our time. We have for hundreds of years had to take the helm in our households, in our communities, in our schools. But when it comes to now making a difference in the world, it's our time. We know what to do, we know how to do it, and we're going to do it. And that's what's so important. And when it's your time and when your number is called, you got to get up and you got to knock that ball out of the ballpark. So across the country, you are seeing us lock arms, lock forces, lock skill sets. And we know we're going to make this happen. We always have. Black women, we have always been at the helm. But now it's our time to be at the top of the helm, at the front of the table. And we are going to make certain that we bring young girls along with us every step of the way. My granddaughter is only 2 years old, but I want her to step back one day and said, my grandmother, she did the darn thing. She made the pathway for all of us to make certain, and at least for her to make certain that over 103 years, as I am the first Black woman to lead this organization, that we get in here and make some more stuff happen, and we will.
Absolutely. And you know what? That generation, that's Alpha, that 2-year-old, that's Generation Alpha. I see Generation Z, my child is Generation Z, are fearless. They don't want to wait. They will not go to the back of the bus, and they will not follow the rules. And I have a feeling that your little 2-year-old granddaughter is even going to level it up from there. So it's a good thing you blazed that trail, because I think they're going to, blow the whole thing open wide.
Well, it's very interesting. They shouldn't have to sit in the back of the bus. There shouldn't be a sign telling them to go to another direction and not go in that door. Because our grandparents and our forefathers, they died for us. And you know what's so troubling? And that's why the generation is so upset, because they're dealing with the same issues, but just a little differently. So you know what? I applaud them for saying, no. We're not doing it like this. We are going to get louder, stronger, and more efficient. And whatever that looks like, at least they are at the table, and at least they're discussing, and at least there's action. And I hope that more and more young people realize that with the turn of what we've seen over the last 3 weeks happen politically, that they know we have to have them at the table. They are here, and we need to make sure that their voices are heard. And so I'm excited that we're seeing all this energy now, and we know why there's energy, and we want to make sure that we get behind them and get them across the finish line as well.
Well, I say it, the sisterhood is real, and you certainly have manifested it. And thank you for being ready to take the helm. Like you said, the door is open, but we got to be ready. Cynthia Mitchell-Heard, Los Angeles Urban League, thank you for sitting down with me this morning in the middle of your very busy schedule.
Well, thank you. And as President CEO, it is an absolute pleasure to join you. Dominique, you are just super amazing. I love what you're doing here at the convention. You have interviewed just an enormous amount of amazing, stellar leaders. And I am so honored to sit in this seat in front of you to share the voice and to share this morning with you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Well, this door is open. KBLA is your domain. So please join us anytime.
Thank you. Have a great day.
And you as well. And thank you for your leadership. I can tell it's going to be a great day. Starting off with Cynthia Mitchell-Heard and Yvonne Wheeler. What more can we ask for? We are bringing you the people who are making change, the people who are getting us engaged, involved. And as forever First Lady Michelle Obama said on yesterday, we are ready because it is time to do something. We'll keep it moving here. We are live from Chicago, Illinois on KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text LION to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text LION to 42424. That's LION to 42424.
Watch out! You got me!
The galaxy is safe once again.
In the pretend universe, kids play with pretend guns. In the real world, it's up to us to make sure they don't get their hands on a real gun. If you have a gun in the house, keep it locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Hello, KBLA listeners. This is Senator Steve Bradford, and I'm inviting you to the 21st Annual Gardena Jazz Festival, Sunday, August 25th at Raleigh Park. And this year's lineup will be amazing, opening up with Fernando Pullum Youth Orchestra. The Inner City Youth Orchestra Jazz Ensemble under the direction of Chuck Dickerson will be cooking with biscuits and gravy. The amazing saxophonist Mindy A. Bear, 8-time Grammy Award-winning a cappella group Take 6, the always soulful Mesa, and the grown and sexy Will Downey Jr. You won't want to miss it. Tickets are on sale. General admission is $30. Box seating is $75. And unfortunately, our reserved seating is all sold out. So for ticket information, you want to go to GardenaJazzFestival.com/tickets. That's GardenaJazzFestival.com/tickets or call 310-217-9537. Look forward to seeing you for a day of fun, music, and family on August 25th for the 21st Annual Gardena Jazz Festival. And remember, well, alcohol-free, smoke-free environment. See you soon.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. The solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket, and the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get deep into grout. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where everybody is somebody and nobody is a stranger. You belong here.
With me at the DNC. We are live in Chicago from the Democratic National Convention, and I'm at the California Delegation Breakfast. That's partly because the events at the United Center in downtown Chicago, which is where all of the speeches that you've been hearing and such, that's where they're coming from. Those are not happening until prime time. So around this time, it's pretty much empty in there. Although I will say the media is out in force, and I was surprised to see some right wing or conservative media. The Epoch Times was there, and Fox News was there. So we are getting those. We are getting. Oh, thank you so much. Do you want to get on the mic? No. Yes. Okay, after she comes back. Thank you so much. You're a sweetheart. That is attorney a DMA. And telling you, it's like a convention, not just a convention of Black folks. It's a convention of powerful Black people. And of course, it's not just us. This is the DNC. So you got people from all walks of life, all ethnic groups. People are fired up, and absolutely they are. See, Senator Alex Padilla is walking by me right now. I doubt he'll stop because, well, he's a U.S. Senator. And yep, he just made a U-turn. Bye, Senator Padilla. But as I said, Congresswoman Barbara Lee is there. And Derek Johnson, the national leader of the NAACP, is about to take the podium right now and speak. Supervisor Holly Mitchell is here. She spoke with us and stopped by yesterday. We are expecting to hear from Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa of Los Angeles and many more. This is, as I said, the biggest delegation, at least in this hotel. I don't know if Texas has a bigger delegation, but certainly in the Hyatt downtown Chicago, the Hyatt Chicago, this is California is rolling deep, and you see it, absolutely see it in the hall there at United Hall. Hey there, leadership of SEIU just strolling by as well. And so this is an opportunity for people to network and build power, and you see it happening even as they are in support of their party and the candidates. And the unity, the spirit is incredible. I was so moved by the speech given by First Lady, forever First Lady Michelle Obama last night. She looked beautiful. I know I'm superficial. It shouldn't matter how she looks, but she did. She looked amazing. And it was, everything about her presentation. I've never seen her more effective, and she picked the right moment. She made the case for the presidency of Kamala Harris in such a strong way. And I believe, as a woman who has worked her way up in a field that's not always welcoming to us, I believe that what she had to say probably resonated with Black women, not just Black women, but all women, talking about how she said that Vice President Kamala Harris is probably the most qualified, if not, I think she said one of the most qualified persons ever to run for the office of the presidency. And it really, just the way she said it and put it in perspective, making it so plain, it really drove the point home. And I think for those of us who work in industries with hard glass ceilings, and just don't give up and just keep working and stay tenacious, I really feel like we know that that's true. It resonates in a very deep place because we're always told we're not qualified, even though we are more qualified than most in our position. And look who's just walking up, the mayor emeritus of the city of Los Angeles. He was the California speaker of the assembly, and he actually chaired the Democratic National Convention. I believe it was 2012, if I'm not mistaken. Antonio Villaraigosa, hello.
Good morning, Dominique. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm amazed to see you walking around here. You're looking very relaxed. You don't have to run the whole convention this time. You don't have to, you're not, campaigning real hard right now. What's your goal in engaging in the DNC this year?
Well, actually, I have been campaigning. I'm not wearing a suit right now because I don't have any TV interviews, but I will a little later on, and so I'll put on a suit. But look, what a exciting convention! I've been coming to every convention since 1984 in San Francisco, and I watched Jesse Jackson. I wasn't a delegate, but certainly voted for him that year, and that was a convention to remember. Obviously, there have been a few others, but I'll tell you, 2008, 2012, but this one, I've never seen people so fired up in such a short period of time as I have seen people fired up around Kamala Harris. There's an energy behind her. Yes, in 2008 for Obama, we had that kind of energy, and obviously even greater in many respects. But in such a short period of time, never seen it. It's been less than a month or about a month, and excuse me. And what you see are people ready to fight, ready to take this to the battleground states and to the homes of people across the nation.
Okay, so I'm thinking you're not campaigning because we're not in California. It's not 2026 yet. But so the politicking is already going. I know you're running for governor of the state of California. And so you're saying the groundwork, even though November is just whatever, 70 something days away, you're already looking toward your gubernatorial race.
No question about it. I am. But the path to the gubernatorial state house is making sure that we have a president that wants to bring the nation together, that wants to inspire us again. Yesterday, we had an opportunity to hear both Michelle and Barack Obama. And I say Michelle Obama first because there is no question that so far, the best speech of the convention was Michelle Obama. I mean, wow. She had people on their feet, electrified. And President Obama said it. He is hard. She was a hard act to follow. He gave a great speech as well. But there's no question that she got people motivated around the notion that leaders have to bring people together. We can't have a leader that divides us in the way that the former President Trump does. We need somebody that unites us around the notion that America is a great place when we're growing together. When we're together, we're growing stronger.
Yeah, I think that's right. It's coming from you to say you haven't seen enthusiasm like this. It's a big deal because you were a student leader. You've been a labor leader. I've seen you out in the streets in LA, organizing, regular everyday people, former gang members, union workers. So when you say you haven't seen people this fired, I've seen you fire people up. So when you say you haven't seen this enthusiasm, that gives me a great deal of hope.
Well, look, we had 4 years of Donald Trump. The January 6th gave us a real clear indication who these people are. Some of them are insurrectionists. Not all of them are like Donald Trump. Let's be clear about that. We got to convince some of them that we need a leader that's who's got a positive and hopeful vision about the future. In fact, yesterday was about handing the torch of hope. Obama, Michelle, and Vice President Harris. And so just bring me some trying to find my voice.
Can you stay with me to news, traffic, and sports? I know you're on a really tight schedule. You got a few minutes. Let's let you drink a little bit of tea. I probably should drink a little bit of water. We'll continue this conversation with Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Former President Obama says Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are the leaders America needs right now. Speaking at the Democratic National Convention Tuesday night, he went after Donald Trump, saying re-electing him would be dangerous. Obama said Harris will get up every morning and fight for the American people. Donald Trump says that he would consider Robert F. Kennedy Jr. for a role in his administration. Tuesday night, the former president spoke with reporters following a campaign event in Michigan where he said he likes and respects RFK and would probably consider him for a job with the administration if Trump wins. The FAA is ordering the inspections of hundreds of Boeing.
Let Express Employment Professionals help you hire for contract or full-time jobs. Forget about post